everyone. Welcome to today's Daily Dose. Now, I know it's technically the first week of February, but I want you to think back to right after the new year, to some of the TV commercials or internet ads you heard that maybe went something like this. Some of them are probably still out there. It's a new year. Let's find the new you. Just call 1-800-something-something. Click here. New diet plan? We've got that for you. New exercise bike with a virtual trainer? We can do that too. Hey, your house, it's looking pretty old. You probably need a new one. We can help you with that. These sound familiar? These ads, this message of all the new things, the new you, are these things you recognize? Because I think that's the message that a lot of us hear. Now, if you're like me, admit it, sometimes you get excited about these new things. There could be somewhat of an adrenaline rush to know that with just something quick, something instant you could buy into, you could have this transformation. I know that I'm guilty of feeling that way. Well, this week on the Daily Dose, our theme is relatable. What makes us relatable to others? How do our relationships work? And I think thinking about these commercials, these ads, I think there are plenty of things in our society today that tell us that our relationships will be better if only we have that new thing, if only we looked a different way, if only. Even if we don't spend a single penny on one of those new diets or home updates, that message, it works its way into us in today's society, doesn't it? We find ourselves wondering what it is that we need, and then we worry about our futures. We say, what I have right now is definitely not good enough. I need something else. I need to find something better. Can you think of something like that? Something like that you've experienced? Something that has you worried? And how does that affect how you relate to others? Well, when I was younger, I, like a lot of younger women, in my teens and in my 20s, I really struggled with my body image. I was worried about what I should look like. I compared myself to everybody else, and I wondered what I should eat, what I shouldn't eat. This is not an uncommon thing. It's a really common thing for women. And I weighed myself a ridiculous amount of times. I counted calories, and it was something that had me really worked up. I was really worried. It played the game in my head. It played a nasty game in my head, and I found myself saying, if only I looked a certain way, I would have better relationships. And I can't tell you exactly where I was when I heard this verse from the book of Matthew in the Bible. I might have just picked up the Bible and started reading, or I heard it from somebody, I'm not really sure, but I can tell you with certainty that it was in this phase of my life when I heard it, when I read it, when I was worried about all the things that I was not. So in the book of Matthew, there's this section where Jesus is talking all about what it means to be people of God. Sometimes we hear it called the Sermon on the Mount, and even if you're not familiar with the Bible, there is a good chance you've heard snippets from this section. In Matthew 6, Jesus says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds in the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" Now for me, at that time in my life, these verses really spoke to that young woman who has spent a lot of her time worrying about finding the person, the image, the body type that she never really was. And something clicked when I heard that. Something said to me, these verses remind me that there is so much more to who I am. And maybe that's you too. Or maybe you find yourself really worried about your kids, about the future. You're worried if you made the right decision about sending your kids to distance learning. So much worry when it comes to our families. Or maybe you're about to retire and you're worried about what that will mean for you. How will you find purpose when you're not working? All of this worry, it causes us to believe that that extra something is out there to help fix us. It leads us to think we can find ourselves and our worry will go away, our relationships will somehow be whole. But Jesus reminds us to look at something really small. Something we often take for granted, the birds. The birds of the air. We don't even notice them searching for food or shelter, do we? But they're out there. They're doing this. And if God can feed them without worry, then God can care for us too. What would it mean for you to shift from trying to find the new you from something else you could be, something else you could become, to instead know that the you God created is already pretty great? To look outside next time you see a bird and be reminded that you are so valuable to God. Nothing shiny or new required. Thanks for joining us on the Daily Dose this week. If you know someone who could use a message about relationships, we would love for you to share this with them. Head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. You'll get updated every time a new video is added. Or if you're watching on cable access, be sure to let your neighbor know, your friend know that you're watching. We would love to have you invite them.
Guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. So teach my song to rise to you when temptation comes my way, and when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're